Hello and welcome to episode 30 of my Galaxy Gaming Skyblock series, where I've updated my mob farm a bit, adding the dark clear glass on the front and slabs on the side. And this is 112, so slabs still block the light. And I see a mist block here, that's fine. I've been walking by every now and then to collect orbs, because apparently not all orbs are sucked in by that vacuum, which is kind of weird. But we're at 96 levels here, which is not a lot still. It's not doing terribly well. I got plenty of mobs in there. And the reason I put in the slabs is I thought, if I could walk around, I could maybe draw them out, convince them to move around a bit, and fall down the trapdoors. I also added one or two more layers. I'm not sure how much I had last time, but I did add at least one layer there. But it's right now it's at 563.5, 563.8, but still at 96 levels. You see, it's really so slow. Yeah, we'll see if we're gonna how we're gonna deal with that. Because if it's really down to XP, then I might just give myself the levels and continue with the other stuff in the pack, such as this. I fill up these chunks. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 chunks for better power gen. So we're going to go into that soon. But I had one suggestion from Grok. He said, well, maybe it takes 160 to start up, and then once it runs, as long as it has the, helium-3 and deuterium, right, is what it uses. It might keep running, it just maybe only needs to be charged once. Well, we can check that out. This one is set to input into the network. I have not removed, I've disabled the one in the back to input into the computer. Now, if I look at the recipes, it was helium-3 and deuterium. Should give me 131,000 times 1024. It's just about 131 million. So we'll see. It is now making, it says 131,000 per tick. There's no limit, but I don't see any energy going in. I see it charging. Let's see if it needs to get to 160 again before it can do the other two, and if it then drops 160. So we have to wait for this to reach 100%. It's going fairly quick. And then we can see whether it drops 160 again after it reaches 100% here. Also don't know why it went from yellow to green. Let's see, 91%. Does it drop 160 to pick up the next one? It didn't. So that may be indeed the way to do fusion with Tech Reborn. But still, slots. Do I need? Yeah, so I can configure the slots, right? But I can make this the top. But where do I configure the energy output? It should be making FE, but it's not pushing FE. It should be pushing FE to the top and bottom is what the wiki says. And this one is active. It's not getting any power. It's keeping all the power to itself. Maybe if it reaches 100% charged, maybe that's when it starts pushing power. We'll have a look at that. This is still running. So yeah, Grok, you were right. Apparently, once it's running, it doesn't require 160 million each time. Now it's charged. So what's happening now? What's happening to the energy? It says it's crafting 131,000 FE per tick. Input rate is 32k, tears insane, energy charge is 131. Display unit EU, FE, that doesn't matter really. In this spec, in this mod they're interchangeable. This is not in industrial craft. But there's no power coming in, really. So it's generating more power than it's taking. That's right, with 3 canisters, and if I had more canisters, even more. Unless these are all full. Oh, okay. Maybe that is why. Okay. The reason probably is because I had a few thunderstorms. See, we have even 37 million in here. And we also have 2 friends walking around somewhere. Or 1 or 2. We should have 1 or 2 skeleton horses walking around here. Don't know where they went, but we had them before. Anyway. Yeah, it might work. We'll see. For now we have plenty of power. I could even do some seeds now, which would be cool. But I was going to work on this. And this is a fairly familiar setup, I think, to many people. It starts with water, which is split into hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen goes in here with water and makes, with biofuel, substrate and ethylene. Biofuel is going to come here from the crusher. The ethylene goes in here and is turned into liquid ethylene because we're condensating with the biofuel going into the pressurized reaction chamber, also with oxygen from the electrolytic separator. So we get oxygen, ethylene and the substrate to make, boys and girls, HDPE pellets. I hadn't done that on this pack yet. I've done it in a few other packs. Most packs you can't get around it. You need them. I don't normally like the process, but it's not that bad. Now, the first thing I want to do is get a source for biofuel. Now, what I'd like to know is dead bushes, if they can provide biofuel. And the reason I ask is that if you look at recipes for the crush for the biofuel, one of them, so I've been looking at the amount of biofuel it generates, as well as the amount of EMC you use. This one, the shrub, gives you 4 biofuel for 1 EMC. I don't think there's anything more than 4 biofuel, so then I went for but this is not a shrub, I know, but they often count as such. Unfortunately it's not, and you can't make shrubs. So that's not an option. Let's have a look at what other. So I think poisonous potato is 64, apple is 128, melon is only 16, right? So that's probably a good idea. Oh, actually, pumpkins does 6. Ooh, I missed that. And since have I never grown a pumpkin, or never taught it to? Okay, that's let's grow a pumpkin here. Did I have a watering can somewhere? Oh yeah, I made the rod of the shifting cross to exchange blocks there. I don't have a watering can. I have bone meal though. I can at least grow the stem to be full, right? And then we just gotta wait for the pumpkin. Okay. So for now we'll put in a melon or whatever. So just to get it going, some melon sliced into the crusher. Also stone, because I see I forgot to plug up this hole. So this is making oh, can I rotate this with my other wrench? I can rotate it. Okay. This is now holding biofuel, but it's going straight in here, which is good. This is gonna hold hydrogen, and the other one's going to hold oxygen. I've set these to dump excess rather than this one. And this one is also giving back oxygen, so we're piping it back into here. So basically, as soon as I drop water in here, let's see this fill up. When these start filling up, that one's full, that one is full. Okay. Now all the noisy stuff goes on. I didn't put any upgrades in there yet. Let's do that. Let's see, I want energy upgrades, speed upgrades, it's these ones, muffling upgrades. Let's first start with the muffling. Right? You now all have muffling upgrades? What is still so noisy then? Okay, I guess it's gonna stay noisy then, I guess. Okay. Oh, what I didn't tell you is why I need HDPE pellets. Well, usually you need them to make the neutron solar panel things, to make deuterium, I think it's called, and that's exactly what I want to use this for. Okay, so they all have the maximum upgrades. The pack wants us to make the Mekanism Fusion reactor, and I want to make the Mekanism Fusion reactor, but that requires deuterium and tritium to run. And deuterium is made from heavy water. That's easy enough. Tritium is made from lithium in a solar neutron activator. Although apparently, oh no, sorry, this is a byproduct from DT fuel. But the way to make DT fuel is with tritium. Right? So yeah, you need tritium to make DT fuel, and you need DT fuel to make tritium. So that's not really going to work. Also, this requires the seeds. No, we want the solar neutron activator, and to make a solar neutron activator you need HDPE sheets, which require HDPE pellets. So let's see, you have been making ethylene and you're not receiving ethylene. Why not? I thought I'd configured all of the gases output. You should be able to output into there, this being a gas. I thought I'd finally figured out how this works. So this is a gas, this is an input, this is an output. And you are supposed to be a gas, because this is ethylene, which can turn into liquid ethylene by condensating. This should be a gas. Why are you not pushing into here? Oh, hang on. Maybe I need to put eject. Ah, there we go. So now it's going in here. That's what I forgot. So do I need to put that anywhere else? I think everything else has some piping in between. Okay, so you're now receiving liquid ethylene, which goes into here together with oxygen, and should get the substrate. You're active. You should be an insert. And now you're getting substrate and you're making HDPE, and you're not outputting items because items, this is output, dark blue, which is this one. This one is an extract, always active, now it is at least. This one is an insert. Okay, I guess I forgot a few things. Now, there we go. Ooh, this is going rather quickly as well, by the way. Of course, you're out of material, but we already got over a stack and a half. Nice. No pumpkin yet. Okay, HDPE. So now we can make neutron activators. And I'm gonna use this area here to make a bunch of these tanks. So I'm gonna make 2 of them to make brine. Let's see, we can remove all this now. We need tritium, and deuterium. Right, so we need heavy water, which is, we've done that before, which is a filter on the pump that makes deuterium and oxygen. Then we need tritium, which comes from lithium, which comes from the desalination plant, or lithium dust. But actually, do we have lithium dust? We can try. Lithium. We don't have lithium dust, so let's see. How do we get lithium dust? From lithium. Okay, that's not the way then. But we can deconcentrate lithium, or liquid lithium in a thermal evaporation controller, which is another one of those. So you get brine, that like this one does. So we need another setup here, like this one, with the water pumps at the back to pump water into the tower, and probably add some heat exchangers there as well. 2 of them are going to make brine. The third one takes the brine, makes lithium. The lithium is deconcentrated into lithium gas. Then we make deuterium from heavy water, and we combine them to make DT fuel, which we need to put into the whole raum. What's it called? Whole raum. This needs to have DT fuel, so that's why I need to make a bit of DT, but we're gonna pump both the D and the T into the fusion reactor directly. And then we need to have laser set up, blah blah blah, whole kind of stuff. So this, I think we're done for now. For the neutron solar neutron activator, they don't have EMC, so I want to make a bunch, like 4 of these. I need 4 sheets, which is only 32 pellets, which we have more than enough right now. Wow, that was really fast. Good, that worked. Let me set up this area as much as I've just explained. For some reason, I was able to get power out of this system into our network. Whoa, lag. I just signed back onto the world. The observant viewer may realize why I've drained my energy, or how I drained my energy, because I was just being stupid. And apparently this has now already filled up my energy again, so let's take that out. I made a few more. They're not too hard to make. I think it's just kind of tricky to automate. You know, you need the hydrogen cells from bauxite, and yeah. Yeah. Anyway, what I had done, and I mentioned this, I think, in the video, I switched this to dump excess, and I set this to dump excess. So this was just electrolyzing the water, happily making hydrogen, voiding it here, and making oxygen, and voiding it there, and just using up all my power. Anyway, look at this. Look at the size. Oh, sorry. We have 2 evaporation plants. Oh yes, that's right. I need to switch this back on, because this is currently off. Right. I switched it up because I was trying to find out where my power was going, and then I found it, and then I thought, oh, let's try the fusion reactor like that one, and I forgot about this one. So, I did set up the sweat box of coal. So this one should be getting water and making a brine. This one should be getting water and making brine, and this one should be getting the brine and making liquid lithium. This one's almost full, which is good. Liquid lithium is being decondensated here into the lithium gas. And now I need gas conduits. The gas needs to come out of here. It needs to be fed into the bottom. Let's put them over here. Actually, do I want to move them over here? I think I'm gonna actually start here. That should be enough. So put this one back on. Okay. And then I can probably get out from here. Okay, so I want 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 solar neutron activator things. Put this one over here for now. Get a crafting table. And I have to admit, I didn't really look at the recipe for it yet. So let's do that with you. Right, you're live here with the action. I mean, I knew it's not bronze. We have control circuits, steel casing, reinforced alloy. Let's see, control circuits. We have those. The alloy. We have those. We have the casing. Right, that's all quite easy. Bronze. We have that. The only thing I need really is the HTP pellets, which if I want 10 of these, and that's based on 2 Asgard setup, which is using 10. Now there's a difference between his setup and mine. Is he's got the solar panels on top of the towers, which we can't make. Okay, so we have these. Then we have those. Let's see, I think it's those over there and those there. Yay! 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, because I made 8 pellets. Because I'm an idiot. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so he's got the setup of these with the solar panels, but they've been disabled in this spec. So that's why I use the coal. These ones, of course, don't require energy, they just require solar power. So we should probably sleep. And use our jetpack while we sleep. Makes sense, right? It's really a stupid pack from Mekanism. Okay. DDU. Let's go with this one over here. I have the wrench with me, which is good. Okay, so you should already be pushing to the bottom. No, you're not. So we're this one eject on, but we can also extract always active, and hopefully you should now be getting lithium. You are, and you're making tritium, which is good. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Actually, no. I'm gonna do something else. Maybe I'm just being stupid, but I want to have a backup. So, mechanism gas tanks. Now I don't think I can use Elite, but I can make advanced. So just basic gas tank, enriched alloy and osmium, and the basic gas tank is osmium and redstone. So you can go back for now. So we have osmium, and we have alloys, and we have redstone. So I want to make 10 basic gas tanks. Then I want to make 10 advanced gas tanks. Right. I need a bit more osmium. And that way all of these have a gas tank to store their tritium, tritium, whatever. That and if I put them like this, they should already be configured to output on the front. It's a shame that these tanks don't have EMC, but yeah, you can see they're fairly simple to craft. And I might even have a few spare. Okay, so now here is my tritium. And the next thing to set up is deuterium. I decided I'm going to actually try whether I can use this fluid tank. It says requires ultimate material installer or building. I might be able to use these actually. The reason I chose to use this one here is because I don't think these can automatically push. Now I did put them down here first. You may remember last time I was using that, trying to get heavy water there. They were sucking up water. Because for some reason when I pull them out of my tablet they have energy and they start sucking up water. So I did all the energy and filter and speed upgrades first. And now I can place them and they will retain their filters. Right? Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. And all of these should be having heavy water, which is good, which is what I wanted. Then we're gonna pump the heavy water into this tank. Yes, that's already working. That is very nice. I don't need to extra, so maybe they can push. I should check that. Okay, so apparently they can push into the tank. So I made advanced fluid tanks for each of them. And that's now going to be pumped into. I'm going to try pump it in from the top if I can. Is this receiving heavy water? It's not. Okay, but then maybe we need to set all of you to be extracting and always active. There you go. Now this will also, apart from being very loud, as you know, as Mekanism does, it will produce oxygen that we don't need. And that I will avoid. Sorry. You are now, and the deuterium is going in here and nothing is being voided there. Okay. Yes, loud. So this is done for now. We need those, and those in here. For some reason the muffling doesn't do all that much. Which is kind of annoying. Now I remember that there's a config for the machine sounds, but I don't exactly know where it is. Ah, there we go. Now I don't know if this is automatic. Yes, it seems to be immediate. Okay. Let's put this over here. Make sure we don't have any spawn areas. Okay. So the first stages are done. We're making tritium. Why are you not filling up more? Because it's nighttime. Yes. So you are filling up more now, hopefully? Yes, you are. Okay, because you're all full of lithium. So we're just waiting for these to do all their work. Meanwhile, we need to combine this into a chemical infuser to make some DT fuel. Infuser. There you go. Now, I want to make some of these into DT, but not a lot, really. So let's see, if I put you here, let's see, DT fuel. Deuterium from the left, tritium from the right. So you want to be the other way around, right? Put you in wrench mode, like this, which is nice because now you can get energy from the back, right? Because Mekanism is such a nice mod in that way. Okay, you get power. Now I'm gonna give you, actually I want to have your redstone high because I don't want you to be producing DT the whole time. Okay, you have tritium. Why? Deuterium because you're not extracting and you're not pushing. Okay. So we have a bit of both. That means I can disable this now. And this one. And now let's see if we can make a little bit of DT fuel from this. We don't need enough for that whole realm thing. So yeah, I think this is it. And this is of course gas, so we need another gas tank. So we have a bit of DT fuel and we need it, which is good. And once this is ready and done, you know, we're gonna just disconnect it completely. Now to the part of the quest book. I don't like that. I reinstalled my pack, by the way. So that's a few things are different since I reinstalled the pack. I installed it through multi-EMC instead of Twitch. And one of the things I noticed that the EMC seeds are no longer named, they're just tiers. Yeah, you don't have the lead seed and the copper seed and osmium seed anymore. You just have tier 14 and 15 and 16. And 15 is the one that we did previously. So tier 16 is the one that we're needing now. We may get to it today. I don't think it's going to be that hard. Anyway, that is so. And also the quest book seems to have had a slightly different theme. I think I like this one better. Sorry. Okay, so a reactor controller, reactor frame 62, a reactor ports 2, and laser focus matrix. Let's see how hard they are to make. The reactor controller means reactor frames. They have EMC, basic tank, ultimate control panel. Okay, that's easy enough. So let's make some of these. and steel casing. Okay, we can teach you, right? We can't teach you, we need 115 tech. Oh dear, here we go. Tech, 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 tech. 90, we need 115. Now, here's a test. How much XP can we get from this thing here? Do we see any orbs laying around? No, we don't see any orbs laying around, which is good. 115 tech it said, right? Tech. We got to 97. I'm sorry, but I don't quite understand. You know, it's giving me a spawner, or let me make a spawner that I can't use because I can't get a broken spawner. I'm gonna try something here. Let's see, tech. I mean, I like the idea, but they need to provide me with a better way of getting EMC, getting experience, right? So, yeah, I'm sorry if that disappointed you that I did that, but it's getting quite annoying that I can't progress and I have to wait for days, AFK for days. There's just no fun in that. Anyway, okay, anyway, you've seen me do it. I didn't hide it. Reactor Controller, 62 frames, 2 reactor ports. So the controller needs some ultimate and a basic gas tank. So we need some osmium, redstone, it needs ultimate, which we don't have yet. Here's an interesting thing. Okay, so we need elite and atomic. To make the ultimate control circuit, which has EMC. Then add a glass pane, because of course needs a glass pane. Because we can see into the reactor. It's actually a pretty cool reactor, I have to admit. And then I want 2 reactor ports as ultimate. This has EMC as well, but Tech 137, okay. Never mind. Tech 125. And then laser focus matrix. Is it just one? Yeah. That is just reactor glass and redstone. Reactor glass is reactor frame with glass. It's quite simple then. Glass, there you are. And a block of redstone. I'm actually going to make 2 sets of these. And then, I can't because I need building. Anyway, that should be the quest complete. Or at least, yeah, no, that's it. Claim. And it doesn't tell us anything else. That is nice. Now, I know that the fusion reactor needs a sort of a, well, it's not diamond shaped. It's a star shaped. And I'm gonna put you here. I think, yes. And I decide I'm gonna do this with you so you can see how this works. Grab a bit of dirt just because it helps me build. Where am I? Let's see. Actually, I may not need dirt. We'll see. Basically, the same shape that I did on the floor is going to be on the sides. Then the laser focus matrix is going to be here. Okay, 121 tech and 109 building, 125 tech, 109 building, 137 tech, 100, 137. See, this would literally take me multiple days. What is it? Building 109. And you know, multiple days just do nothing. Maybe killing mobs and letting this farm run. Right. And sorry, that's... I don't see the point of that. I'm also looking at a wiki page, by the way. Okay, so now I can have... Oh. Sorry. I'll throw that one away. One there. More reactor casings. And one more layer on top. And finally a layer here. And then I think the center is going to be the controller. Now it's not yet complete. Let's see. Yeah, this is spawnable. Okay. Some machines they can't spawn and some machines they can. Now I need a few more blocks because this needs to be another diamond shaped. This needs to be diamond shaped. This should complete it. You saw the particles. Nice. Okay. Now, oh, can I just right click you? Thank you. This needs the Hullraum. It's formed. It doesn't have any fuel. All of this is currently empty. No deuterium, no tritium. So that's what we're going to be putting in there. But we can't do that yet. Well, we can, but we first need to heat up the machine. So for that, we need laser setup. And I think we're gonna do that next time. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you didn't mind me cheating a bit too much. I'm sorry if you did, but I don't get it. Sorry. I don't understand. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just missing something. And you know, if you have any idea how I can get the experience quicker than what I'm doing right now, let me know. Unfortunately, the quest book doesn't tell me, and I'm at a loss. I don't know. So, any tips on that? Let me know, please. I would really appreciate any tips that you would have on the subject. You're gonna be inserting, and you're gonna be inserting. And otherwise, I'm afraid that this is the only way that I know how to do it. Right. Okay, I'm gonna break. And I'm pretty sure you keep your contents. Yes, you do. Okay. So now I can safely run you from here. And make sure that you extract and that you push from the left side. There you go. You should see that this has fuel now. Yes, it has deuterium, it has tritium, I think the injection rate should be 20. I need to finish the video that I was watching from to Asgard on this. But so far, this is I think this is right. And now the next thing is to set up the laser and start charging it, make the whole RAM, and then we're gonna have fusion and hopefully have a bunch of energy. Meanwhile, you're all backlogged, backstuffed, how you call it. Everything's filled up here, everything's filled up here. These are, well, they're not filled up, of course, waiting for data. So, any tips, tricks, questions, suggestions, feedback, you know, you can yell at me, that's fine. Leave them down in the comment section. If you still did like the episode, then please click the like button. I appreciate that. And if you haven't done so already, click subscribe so you'll be notified when my next video with the lasers comes out. So thanks for watching and take care. Bye bye.